Okay, so here's a quick walkthrough of how to download a shipping agent for AIRShip, install it on your computer, set it up, and do a shipment. So when you log on to the AIRShip portal for DreamWorks Studios, that takes your email address and the default password. When you get in the first time, if you want, click My Account, and you can change the password to whatever you want and click Save Changes, and you're done. The next thing you want to do is get the software. Download Windows or Mac, most likely. You may have Linux. My bet is you probably have Windows or Mac. The Mac installer is compatible for both of these, so it doesn't matter which one you click. Once you're finished the download, you need to install it. I'm running on Mac here, so double click. It's a normal installer. Yes and yes and yes. You want to put it on your hard drive. This runs in the background all the time. So once you've installed this shipping agent, you also have to have admin privileges, by the way, to do this installation, because it does install it at what's called root. Now, the AIRShip shipping agent runs in the background 24/7. So whenever somebody's trying to ship something to you, it just comes into you. If you're trying to ship out to somebody else, you don't need to start anything. You just initiate a shipment from the portal, and that's as good as it gets. There is nothing for you to do with respect to, if you're on the receive side, stuff just comes into you. You don't need to start any application. You don't need to click a link to do a download. There is no download, to be honest. The shipping is direct between whoever's sending it to you and you. There's nothing in the middle. So that actually saves a ton of time in many cases. Okay, so we've installed the shipping agent. The next thing you want to do is click this computer. Okay, so you've installed the shipping agent. Now you need to associate it with what we call a location account. That basically says, where am I in the world? Before you do this, what you want to do is create a folder someplace on your system. Depends on what your preferences are. Do you like to navigate to get to desktop folder, or do you want to put it on root? So if on a Mac, you want to just basically launch your hard drive and create a folder right at root on your hard drive, or you might want to put it on your desktop, or you might have other storage that's always attached to your system that you want to call this AIRShip folder, which is basically your inbox. So this folder you're creating is where everything is going to go. So once you've created that folder, click this plus button, okay, and you want to pick that location. Cary in New York is already done, so the other location in New York is this one, DreamWorks Studios, New York City 2. And what you want to do is navigate. In this case, I'm way down on the desktop, so I go hard drive users, me, expand, come to desktop, expand, and I have a folder in there that I've secretly labeled. It's called AIRShip. Okay? And I save the changes. I'm not going to do that because that would take that location kind of away. But once you do that, save changes, you come out here and you're going to see your location, the AIRShip portal, and the destination for your AIRShip folder there. So that's it. You're done. You've done the download, you've done the installation, you've done the configuration, you're done. That's a one-time thing. Okay, so let's do a shipment. Click the Shipments tab. Okay, so let's do a shipment. Create a new shipment. Pick the project. In your case, it's the DreamWorks Studios TFE project. Choose cargo. That's picking anything that's on your local computer, so you can navigate down to the files that you want, wherever they are, and so on. You can call this cargo whatever you would like as well. Good. So you've selected files. Now you want to choose options. You may have a lot more information that you want to add in here with respect to day, date, whatever, day one, whatever you're shipping. Now you want to pick a destination. In this case, I believe New York City is moving back and forth between NYC 1 and 2. If you're NYC 2, obviously you're going to be shipping to NYC 1. If you're logged in as NYC 2, you're not even going to have NYC 2 as an option to ship to. In this case, you would only be able to see NYC1 and DWSIT Robert. So you picked a project. There aren't a whole lot. You only have one. You pick the files you want to ship. You picked your options if you wanted to add anything as notes. You picked your destination, which is the other New York destination, and you hit AIRShip now. As soon as you do that, it kicks off a shipment in the system, and you end up with you coming back out here. And for example, in the case we did a test shipment with Carrie, you can drill down into the ID, and you get a lot of the details of that shipment. Who submitted it? What did she call it? What's the project name, and so on. If you want, you can also click this blue dot here, and it'll drill down and show all of the files that are in that shipment, plus the total payload size. Okay, so you're the sender in this case maybe, and the recipient is over here. So it is basically flowing through what we call a transit hub. I'm not going to get too thick about that right now. This will go from the progress starts in a staged, queued, in progress, completed. Once you hit go on a shipment, there's nothing else for you to do. It's it. And in fact, I think that you got an email from her shipment. Let's just quickly go up here. Yes, this is what it looked like. So the top is the shipping details. Where did it come from? In this case, Carrie did a test shipment to me here in LA, and it announced it was delivered. How long did it take? What was the average speed? She wasn't shipping a lot of stuff, so we really didn't get much time to engage a lot of the gears under the hood. There's an awful lot of acceleration features in AIRShip that happen over the first 10 minutes or so. So in this case, it took 4 seconds at 1.2 megabits per second. You also, as the recipient, get a complete file path, which is basically, it's in your folder that you created, the AIRShip folder you created, and it's a completely well-managed set of subfolders in there, date, time stamped. So you'll always know where your stuff is in the inbox. And that's it. You've installed the shipping agent. You've configured a location account. That's once you've now created a shipment, and you see what the result is. Okay? Please call me if you have any need. 818-321-3275. I'm Doug Melke. Thanks.